Hello and welcome to a very, very special extra episode of the Kill Your Normie podcast.
Happy Summerween!
It's Summerween! Yeah, this is the Summerween special coming out on Friday the 13th. Perfect day for it.
Bonus episode.
This is something we wanted to do since we started the podcast.
Yeah.
So we felt like that was the perfect time to do it. So we also figured it's not long enough to constitute a whole episode.
Yeah.
So
But it's fun.
It's fun. So we figured, nice little extra. I don't know why we decided to do it the week we go on vacation. But
because we're gonna miss it, and so they have to do it for us.
They have to do it for us.
Yeah, this is your homework. We're
gonna be at the beach for Summerween, so
yeah.
So this is first of all, let's talk about what is Summerween, because I feel like I saw someone give a definition of Summerween recently, and they did not get it right. They were just like, oh, it's just for people who love Halloween, so they celebrate it twice a year. And I was like, nope.
No.
No.
It came from a very specific source.
It came from Gravity Falls.
Wait, summer what? Summerween! The people of this town love Halloween so much they celebrate it twice a year. And wouldn't you know it, it's today.
A few years ago, we binge watched all of Gravity Falls.
That was one of our 2020 projects that we did.
We watched all of Gravity Falls for the first time, all the way through. Loved it. And they have an episode where basically the whole premise of Gravity Falls is that it takes place over one summer vacation.
Mm-hmm.
And the creator really, really wanted to have a Halloween episode, but you can't have a Halloween episode when everything takes place in the summer, so they just said Summerween. The people of Gravity Falls love Halloween so much they celebrate it twice a year. So, it's a fun episode.
Yeah, so it's definitely a classic. It's one we pull out every Summerween. So we thought we would do a little episode talking about how we celebrate, what you can do to celebrate Summerween, different shows and activities or movies and things that you can do to celebrate Summerween. We love a spooky summer.
Yes, we do love a spooky summer.
Yes, or some people call it slasher summer.
Summer, yeah.
Depending on how deep into the horror thing you want to get.
Yeah.
We kind of...
We're more of a spooky side.
Yeah.
Though I do love me a horror movie.
Yeah. So, let's talk about, what do we normally do for our Summerween?
The biggest thing is that you want to carve something, usually a watermelon, which I'm not allowed to do because unfortunately I am allergic.
Yes. Yeah, an allergy runs in our family to watermelon. You can't touch melon. I seem to be fine.
Yeah. I get a rash.
Yeah, so basically I always carve the jack-o'-melon. So I will buy a watermelon.
I admire it.
And you admire it.
And supervise.
And Mom eats all the insides.
Yes.
Because she won't get a reaction. So, so we'll do that. We'll pop a little candle inside. And then usually I will go out and buy just an assorted candy bag.
Usually chocolate. Little fun-sized chocolates. And then we will pop on the Summerween episode of Gravity Falls. And just chill. We just hang out. We don't go super crazy.
No. I find one of these years we should go all out.
We should go, yeah.
And have a party or something. A little cookout or whatever.
Yeah.
But
I want to do s'mores.
And s'mores. Yeah. So you can go as big or as small as you want. If you go on Pinterest and type in Summerween, there are actually tons of activities and crafts and things you can do. It's a great thing to do with kids.
Yes. Especially because it's the end of the school year.
Yeah, so it could be a fun thing to do with kids, and also get some extra use out of your Halloween gear.
Yeah, twice a year, baby.
So let's go into. Do we want to start with activities, or do we want to start with media?
Let's do some activities. Let's start with some activities.
Okay. So on our list of activities, obviously we said carving a jack-o'-melon, or pineapple is also an option. I don't really know how you would do that.
Me either.
We don't eat pineapple very much, so
I like pineapple though.
Yeah, but we don't carve any. We don't buy full pineapples.
Did you know pineapple is a berry?
No.
They're a berry.
That's crazy.
Anyways,
next one, s'mores. You can do versions of this. I've seen people make ghost s'mores. You can put a Halloween spin on it. I also saw
people do peanut butter cup s'mores.
Peanut butter. Oh my god, I would love that. That would be my favorite thing. We need to do that. But I've also seen when people make cheeseburgers, but they'll cut the cheese into I think skull shapes or something.
Yeah.
So they look
they look a little spooky, or jack-o'-lantern shapes.
That's it. Jack-o'-lantern shapes, because orange cheese.
Yeah.
The other thing is candy corn popsicles.
Yeah, so that was it was a coconut, pineapple juice, and orange juice, I think it was, for the
Yeah, to
Yeah.
like make that candy corn thing, but it's like summer flavors.
Summer flavors, yeah. I actually would like to try those.
Yeah, and then we said cryptid hunt / scavenger hunt, and I feel like this is kind of what you make it.
I actually have a activity for this where if you can't set up your own cryptid scavenger hunt, you can invent one. There's a TTRPG I would like to recommend. I believe it's free, or it's just like it's very low cost, but it's called The Game in Which the Fargus Four Hunt a Monster. It's technically based in a modern AU Fire Emblem thing. You don't have to know anything about Fire Emblem to play. It's a one-shot TTRPG. You play as one of 4 characters, you go hunt a monster, and you try to get the fuck out. It's very, very short, it's very simple. The GM manual's hilarious. You can have a lot of fun with it. It's a good time.
There's also, like, you can go to your local bookstore or your game store, and there are, like, murder mystery card games you can play.
Yes.
There are, like, different, you know, you can play Clue. You can, like, you can... Yeah, it's basically just any kind of, like, game, spooky-themed game, maybe. You can play Assassin. You can play, because water guns, things like that.
Yeah.
Like, that could be, yeah, that's, like, an option. We also just wrote Eat Candy.
Yeah, just eat candy.
That's really what it's about.
Gorge yourself. Treat yourself.
Treat yourself.
Trick or treat yourself.
We also said bonfire.
Bonfire, which we should do sometime.
We should do sometime. I don't know if we have a fire pit anymore.
We don't have a fire pit. It rusted out.
Oh, that's right.
Which is why we have to get another one.
We have to get another one. Another one, it's kind of good all year round, but you can kind of like, this, I don't know, this just adds making a fort.
Make a pillow fort.
With fairy lights.
Make a pillow fort. Make a fort outside, or just like have like a little outside camp
Or you could
out.
do like tents in the backyard and like set up a projector and watch movies in the backyard. Because you know the beauty of Summerween is that it's like Halloween, but it's like warm out.
Yeah,
So
or hot out, depending on where you are.
yeah. But you can do a lot of outdoor activities. And then we also tried to like create something that's like a little bit more like Gravity Falls centric. Trying to decode the Book of Bill.
Yeah, so the Book of Bill came out last year, and it is the whole journal project thing of the main villain of Gravity Falls, and the whole thing about Gravity Falls releases is that they have a whole bunch of codes and mysteries that you can solve. So the Book of Bill is just a fun time in general, but if you want to, like, take out your detective hats and, you know, just try your hand at cracking some of these, like, some of them are very, very hard, I'll be honest.
Yeah, because sometimes Alex Hirsch, the creator of Gravity Falls, because he'll make all these codes and things, like, it's sometimes a code within a code. Or, like, there's multiple codes on one page.
Yeah.
Like, there were certain things I thought were irrelevant that were very much relevant.
And then there's things that you think are relevant and are not irrelevant at all.
Yeah, so it's, like, it's a wild time. It's really fun puzzle solving. Also going into solving puzzles, Myrtle puzzles. If you don't know what Myrtle is.
I love Myrtle.
Myrtle's so fun. Ren and
I kick your ass in Myrtle.
You do. Myrtle is like, if you've ever played Clue, you know the little cards you have to fill out to figure out like who had what weapon in what room. These are like daily puzzles of that. So
I do.
Yeah, we do Myrtle like. Well, we haven't been doing it recently.
I have.
You have?
Yeah, I haven't done today's yet though.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Myrtle, yeah, there's one every day. They get increasingly more difficult throughout the week.
And then the last day is the biggest one where there's like 6 different suspects.
Yeah, and like some are lying, some are not. It's really, really complicated, but it's really fun to play.
There's also the books you can get at Barnes & Noble, and they have a kids edition as well.
Yeah, there's a kids edition as well, and I think the author is also putting out some different types of puzzle books as well.
It's a good time.
It's a good time. So Myrtle really do suggest. Another thing that's like Gravity Falls specific is making a summer scrapbook like Mabel. Mabel loves a craft.
Just having fun with any sort of craft, to be honest.
Yeah, I feel like making crafts is like a big part of it. Just get covered in glitter.
Make yourself some cat ears.
Yeah, something like that. Like or like we also talked about like making, because the character of Mabel in Gravity Falls always has these like really interesting novelty sweatshirts. And sweaters. So we'd said like buying a bunch of iron-ons and making your own like Mabel sweaters.
Yeah.
I thought that would be a good idea. And then I also wrote down looking up your local cryptids.
So if you live in the US specifically, I mean there are cryptids basically all over the world, but cryptid culture, we know mostly about US cryptid culture. And usually every state has their own specific cryptid. Ours is the Melonheads, I believe. Yeah. Which are it's kind of lame, but they're a little freaky. But look up your local cryptids, or local folklore, depending on where you live.
Yeah, we're lucky we live in New England. We're kind of the oldest ones.
Yeah.
So
we get witches.
We get a lot of witch stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or Sleepy Hollow.
Sleepy Hollow. Well, yeah, that's not New England. That's New York.
No,
but
that's Sleepy.
That's New York.
It is?
That's Tarrytown, New York. I've been there.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that was near my college.
Oh.
Yeah. When I went...
Well, New Yorkers, now you know your cryptid.
Yeah, that's their cryptid. It's
Yeah.
Sleepy Hollow.
Mm-hmm. Just the whole town of Sleepy Hollow.
Yeah. Okay, so now that we've gone through activities, we can talk about some movies and TV shows. Specific, I picked like specific like episodes of shows for some of these. But also, you know, you can kind of like, you can sometimes whole shows are just like they fit the vibe. Also, like we tried to pick stuff that's not like Halloween specific.
Yeah.
Because sometimes, like, it's just, like, Summerween is its own thing. There's Halloween elements, but, like, it is its own vibe. So we tried to pick stuff that felt like it fit the vibe.
And again, we're also not, like, huge horror movie people, so we tried to stay with more, like, family-friendly fare. Your spooky fare versus your...
We have a horror... We have a couple of,
like...
horror movies on here.
Yeah, but, like, teen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have a couple on here. Or just, like, more fun...
Fun, campy.
Silly, yeah.
So you have Supernatural episodes on here.
So there are, like, 2 episodes probably in specific. Monster Movie, which is the episode where they're in a town for, like, Oktoberfest. The whole episode's shot in black and white. Very old school Universal Monsters vibes. Dracula's there. Dean's in Lederhosen. It's a great time. Just really, really fun. And pretty, like, self-contained for the show. Like, it doesn't really have to do with the plot, because, like, the seasons are long enough, like, not every episode had to, like, move the plot forward. And then the other one is, like, a fan favorite called Mystery Spot, where they go investigate this, like, scam, like, weird house in Clearwater, Florida, and they end up in a time loop where Dean keeps dying over and over and over again in increasingly, like, funny ways. Like, it's a devastating episode towards the end, but also really fun. And it is a fan favorite. So, and again, spooky, not scary, because there are definitely scary episodes of Supernatural. And I would argue, like, the first season would be a good Summerween watch.
Yes. Gravity Falls, obviously.
Obviously, Gravity Falls, just all of Gravity Falls.
All of it. All of it. All of it's really, really, really good. Just watch it in general.
Yeah,
it's just good.
It's really good. Next one, Coraline. It's a classic. It's spooky, but it seems to be set in, like, springtime, like early spring. So it's not, like, fall specific, because that's something we tried to avoid as well. We didn't want to do anything that was, like, really fall specific. But yeah, Coraline I think is a good one, because it's creepy enough. It's a classic.
I always called it like a children's horror movie.
It is a children's horror movie. It's scarier the older you get. When you're young, it's not as bad, I find.
Oh, I was so freaked out about it as a kid, but I loved it.
I remember, like, Mom and Dad will not watch it again. Like, they saw it once with us in theaters, and they're like, never again. Yeah. They won't do it.
We saw it with Grandma and Papa.
Yeah, I think we saw it with them, too. Yeah. So, like, the adults who watch it hate it. The kids who watch it love it.
Love it, yeah.
Love it so much. Next one is actually one I have not seen. I know about it secondhand because I am a Phantom of the Opera fan. And this one came out, it's a DCOM, and it came out in the 90s, I want to say. Like, right when they were starting to put out DCOMs. It's Phantom of the Megaplex. I don't remember exactly what the huge plot of this. I'm also getting it mixed up with Phantom of the Mall. Because that one sticks in my mind because instead of, like, choking people, the Phantom, like, roundhouse kicks people and works out a lot.
Yeah!
So I actually would recommend both Phantom of the Megaplex and Phantom of the Mall. Just because they're just goofy. They're, like, spooky but goofy. Like, it's, like, weird little teen movie. And it's got that Phantom of the Opera vibe. I would just also recommend just certain Phantom of the Opera, like, adaptations. There's one where Robert Englund stars as the Phantom, and he's best known for playing Freddy Krueger. And his whole thing is instead of a mask, he, like, kills people and uses their skin and just puts it on his face instead.
Excellent.
It's just insane. Yeah. Like, it's, like, I recommend just watching any weird Phantom of the Opera
Talk about a face mask. Cue laugh track.
What's the next?
Owl House, which we have not seen, nor have we seen Amphibia. But
I've seen little bits of Amphibia.
Yeah. But they are also, like, mystery, fantasy, fun, just
year-round feel. Amphibia, I think, in particular, though, because Amphibia takes place kind of in a swampy...
Good for summer.
Yeah, it feels very summer to me. So I think, like, that's a good Summerween watch, because, again, you do have, like, a mix of, like, cryptids and things like that. There's also some great Gravity Falls, like, Easter eggs in them, because Alex Hirsch does contribute to both of those shows in different ways.
I think the showrunners used to work on Gravity Falls.
Yeah, so you see the influence. You really do. So I think Amphibia and the Owl House both have, like, good, like, just good vibes for a Summerween marathon.
We have Practical Magic on here.
Practical Magic. Oh, I actually do want to stick with the Disney stuff just for a little bit, because we have you suggested specifically Bunked episode.
But I can't remember it.
Season 1, episode 19.
I can't remember what it was. So, I used to watch Bunked a lot when I was a teenager, just because I would just throw on Disney Channel randomly as background noise. And there is an episode of Bunked where there is a ghost haunting the Kikiwaka camp, and they have to figure out a way to get rid of it. So that's a very fun episode. That is season 1, episode 19.
And it takes place at a camp.
Yeah, and it's decom. It's campy, literally campy. So it's a good time.
I would also want to suggest, it's a psych episode. Tuesday the 17th.
Yes.
Because it's a Friday the 13th ripoff in, like, the best way. And it's psych, so it's never... Psych is a beautiful show because, like, it's shenanigans 90% of the time, but when they do give you stakes...
They give you stakes.
Yeah. And you get very stressed.
Yeah.
Because these characters are so lovable that you're just like, nobody touch them.
Yes.
I can't handle it. During like, some of the more intense episodes, I, like, get actively stressed out because they're just... I love them so much, and nothing bad should ever happen to any of them.
Yes.
So, I would suggest, the Psych episode Tuesday the 17th. Because that also takes place at a camp. There are twists and things, like, like, I genuinely didn't know what was happening the whole time, but I think that works. This next one, I think, was a suggestion from Mom. It was called The Burbs, 1989.
I don't know anything about The Burbs.
Which I don't know anything about, so let's pull up the
Wikipedia page.
For The Burbs. I think we asked her for, like, what's a summer slasher movie that's, like, not Friday the 13th?
It's a Tom Hanks movie.
Oh, of course it is. Mom loves Tom Hanks.
It's a American black comedy film featuring a family man who suspects the eccentric new neighbors are hiding a dark secret. Again, it's Tom Hanks. It looks camp. We have not seen it, so take it with a grain of salt, but we love our mom. So we had to be, hi, Mom.
Hi, Mom.
Hi, Mom.
If you're listening.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that sounds like something she would watch. Next up, we did mention before, Practical Magic. That one I've seen, like, brought up around... That one I think is, like, a good year-round, like, witch movie, because there's, like, a couple scenes that take place on Halloween, but most of the movie seems to take place either in, like, the spring or summertime.
Yeah.
Just through the way that the characters are dressed and the weather outside. The fact it's very much like a Green Witch vibe, because
it's cozy.
It's cozy. I love Practical Magic, and it took me forever to see it. I had not seen it really until a couple of years ago, and people were talking about, like, Practical Magic Spring.
Yeah.
I was like, oh yeah. I was like, I wanted some spookiness. It was warm out. Practical Magic was, like, the perfect remedy for it, and also just 90s goodness.
90s goodness, yeah.
Great fashion. Nicole Kidman slays.
Sandra Bullock's in it, isn't she?
Sandra Bullock as well. Killing Your Abusers. We love that.
Killing Shitty Men.
Exactly. It's the best. The next one you haven't seen that I think you should see.
I know, I've been meaning to see it.
We should watch it. Lisa Frankenstein. I saw that, I think, it wasn't during the fall, but I think I definitely said to myself that this is going to be, like, a Halloween rewatch for me. Lisa Frankenstein. It was so cute, and I love Katherine Newton. I love her so much. Cole Sprouse did put his whole ass into this. Like, it was just like a genuinely, like, fun, campy movie. It was a little twisted, but it was just a good time. I will also suggest, this one is more Halloween than, like, Summerween, but it's a movie in a similar vein that is a little bit more horror is Your Monster. That one is, like, it's Beauty and the Beast, musical theater, slasher, also killing crappy men, your monster is a metaphor for your female rage
Obviously.
thing. It was such a good movie. I think I was focused grouped and just didn't know, and they made a movie for me.
Yeah.
Like it's truly everything I love in one place.
It's your FBI agent movie.
It is, yes. The FBI agent who stalks me made this movie for me. So, yeah, I highly recommend. Yeah, Lisa Frankenstein and Your Monster, I think they're, like, sister films. I think they're like, so great.
And, like, the one, like, really true horror movie we have on here, It.
Specifically the 2017, not the miniseries. When you watch the miniseries now, it's kind of goofy. Our mom is terrified.
The miniseries.
Mom
oh my god.
Yeah, she hates it. She
hates Stephen, like, she doesn't, like, dislike Stephen King, but she's freaked out by Stephen King.
Not Stephen King, just horror in general.
I know, but I also freak her out with Pet Sematary.
That's true, yeah, she will freak her out with Pet Sematary all the time.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was, like, one of the only horror movies I've ever seen in theaters. Like, I went with a friend and was terrified. Like, it's just, it's a good movie. It's, like, a genuinely good adaptation. Like, it's good. I never saw the second one, though. So, someone will have to tell me about It Part 2. But,
yeah.
Next, these two kind of go hand in hand, as for television shows. X-Files and Twin Peaks, because of the Pacific Northwest setting. Gravity Falls is set in the Pacific Northwest. So it's spooky, but not autumn.
Yeah.
Like, that's kind of the vibe I get. I never finished either of these series. I've tried to start X-Files multiple times. I think there's just so much of it I end up falling off. I don't dislike it. I like it a lot. Again, more 90s goodness.
Yes.
And stylistically, they're very different. If you want something played more straight, X-Files is the way to go. If you want something that's a little off-kilter, Twin Peaks. Dad and I did watch the pilot of Twin Peaks. I don't know if we got the style. I may have to, like, look at it again. I just don't. Maybe I'm not a David Fincher person.
Yeah.
I don't know. And I know he just passed away. Rest in peace, King.
Yeah.
But, yeah. I'd say, like, these two things. Like, also just, like, quirky detective characters and things like that. I just want to, like, apologize because there is someone running a leaf blower right outside the window. This is what we get for recording during the daytime.
It sounds like a chainsaw.
It's really annoying. I don't know. I think they got louder. Yeah. I think they got closer.
I would like to recommend 2 games. They both have multiplayer, so if you want to play with a buddy and celebrate Summerween together, great. The ones I'd like to recommend is Cult of the Lamb, which is a little game where you play as a little sheep, and you run around killing things and growing your cult with all your little animal members. It's like Animal Crossing if it was murder. It's very, very fun. I got really addicted to it last October. It's a good time. They do have a multiplayer update that just came out, like, last year, and all this stuff, it's very, very good. It's a great dev team. I really, really like Cult of the Lamb. The other one I would recommend is Don't Starve Together, which is an extension of the Don't Starve series, which basically drops you into basically a wasteland and basically just says, here you go, figure it out. No tutorial, nothing. But it's very, very fun to panic and just go through it. I almost call it like a roguelike survival game. So if you're into, like, roguelikes and survival games, it's a good time. And the art style is just, it's great. It's spooky. All the characters are fun. It's a good time.
So I think, like, that's kind of our, like, that's sort of, like, all the things we could think of for, like, Summerween. Again, you can go as all out or as casual as you want. You know, if you have a yard, if you don't have a yard, I highly recommend, like, maybe getting a projector and, like, setting up, like, a cool old-fashioned movie night. You know, popcorn, candy corn, like, all that stuff. Just, like, you know, pull out the fairy lights, pull out, you know, the decorations.
This is your homework for this week. Just pick one.
Pick one.
Pick one and do something. Do something with, do it for us.
So if I'm looking it up, so for Summerween 2025 is on, what day is it? It is on Saturday, June 28th. We'd actually be back.
Ooh, I think I'm working, though.
Yeah.
No, I won't be back because
You're away.
I'm away.
Yeah. So, yeah, but anyways, yeah, we're kind of missing Summerween this year.
So you have to do it for us, guys.
This is basically what we're doing. This is the celebration. Is we're passing it on.
Yeah.
To you guys. There's also
Join our cult.
honestly, go on Pinterest, look up Summerween. There's all kinds of great little things. I'm seeing like jack-o'-lantern grilled cheeses and like coffin-shaped ice cream sandwiches and what else was there? Like different like ghost marshmallow things, spooky s'mores. Like, oh, it's so fun,
You can
guys.
have a good time with this. Like, again, as small or as big as you want. It's just fun.
All right, I think that about covers it.
That covers
So
it
yeah,
for
go
us.
out, have some fun this summer. And
Yeah.
also, Summerween, by the way, like definitely a state of mind. You can do it on the actual 28th. They also say it's like the first Saturday in June or something.
No, it's the last Saturday.
Or last Saturday in June. Okay, so yeah, the 28th. Yeah, so you can kind of pick any day. You can also pick the Pines twins' birthday if you want to do that too,
Which is the last day of August.
last day of August. So you can use it as like going out with a bang and getting hyped for the fall season, or you can do it at the beginning of summer when you're like really missing fall weather.
It's really, really hot.
When it's really, really hot. So, all right, I think that's the end of the special, and we will see you guys next week for our full-length episode, which is going to be on the mainstreamification of fandom. So we've got a big, juicy one for you there. So we will see you next week.
Stay spooky, guys.